I'm Father Gray, and this is a St. Mary's Sunday. For several weeks, we've been listening to interesting parables that our Lord gives us. This is the last in that sequence, and its message is also very important. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds and hides again, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. When he finds a pearl of great price, he goes and sells all that he has and buys it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net thrown into the sea, which collects fish of every kind. When it is full, they haul it ashore and sit down to put what is good into buckets. What is bad they throw away. Thus it will be at the end of the age. The angels will go out and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." "Do you understand all these things?" They answered, "Yes." And he replied, "Then every scribe who has been instructed in the kingdom of heaven is like the head of a household, who brings from his storeroom both the new and the old." The Gospel of the Lord. Throughout these parables, with parables about wheat, about, as we heard today, a treasure buried in a field, nets of fish, a pearl of great price, all these images are interesting because they have two things going on. There is that which is good and worthy and is kept, and that which is not, that which is not good and thrown out. At the very end, the Lord brings us a different distinction, the new and the old. These are two very different distinctions, the good and the bad, and the new and the old. Throughout the new and the old, there are things which are good and bad. And it is very much an important part of our life with Christ to be able to always hold on to both the new and the old insofar as it is good. The treasures of the Lord, that which is our faith, is always new and old and always good. That is certainly not something which is up for debate. But however, there are many things, especially new things that haven't been tried, which are not so good. And there are many things which are old that are no longer relevant, that are to be discarded. These are the sins in our lives. They're not talking about ideologies. We're not talking about those things which really do kind of come and go and don't really matter for our faith. We're talking about sin. We're talking about that which is virtue too. Our virtues must be strong enough to be able to do that which is good in our lives. So we look for that pearl of great price, or we look for that big catch of fish, and we avoid those weeds like we were talking about last week, those things which, when they grow, also do a pretty good job of strangling that which is good, but which in the end must be taken out, because even more than the trouble they cause in growing, they're not good to eat. The parables of our Lord are always fun and complex, but it comes down to this: are we really receiving the Lord and taking in that which is really of him? There are many things in our lives which may be new and may be old, but these things we have chosen to keep. We must always keep that which is the gospel close to our hearts, more preciously than all the other things we may think we have at any time, because these things really are the treasures. Sometimes, like the apostles, we hear the Lord question us, "Do you understand all these things?" And maybe because we're a little bit too tired to give any other kind of response, we simply say yes, when the answer may be no. But we also still go forward and try. That trial may not always be perfect. We may not always have the right result out of it, the good result, but we must give our effort to it. and know that in the end, we must choose and hold on to that which is good, letting go of that which is bad, regardless of whether it is new or old. This is a wonderful mystery in our life with Christ. And let us never shy away from making that choice.